All right, you guys, how are you doing today? This is MyraMeilleure's Bits and Pieces. This is Tuesday, September the 17th, you guys. Tuesday, September the 17th, and it is about Isaiah 43:19. We've heard this over and over and over again. God doing a new thing. Can we perceive it? Can we see this thing that He's doing and how I want to talk about how we missed it. I want to talk about how I missed it some years back, and it seems like it keeps coming around until we get it right. So I want us to get it this time. He's doing a new thing. So this pertains to like sowing. Isaiah 43:19, it says, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert." So it keeps coming to me because I'm making some stuff, and it's taking me back to when I first began to sew. I got frustrated. I was making these pants, right? And it didn't turn out like the picture. It didn't turn out like the pattern. So because it didn't turn out like the pattern, I began just suddenly putting these seams in it throughout the waistline, and it made these nice pleats all the way through. But then I got frustrated because it wasn't what I had perceived it to be, and I didn't realize that God was creating a new thing through me. In my mistake or in my dislike of how it was fitting, I just began to just do these seams, measure them and doing these seams in it. Months and months later, I saw the same exact pants on like Instagram or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I created those, right? So God was doing a new thing through me, but I missed it because I couldn't see it, because I was expecting for it to look just like the picture. I was expecting for it to look just like the pattern. So I missed it. So I tossed it to the side because it did not come out the way that it seemed it should have been to me, not realizing I had created a new thing. Okay. So, y'all, that happened multiple times where I had created a new thing and then saw it like months later, and these people are just coming out with it. I'm like, oh my God, I created that. So I don't want us to miss a new thing because it's not looking exactly like the picture, or because it doesn't look exactly like your neighbors, or because you just can't seem to get it like somebody else is doing it. It's okay, because He's doing it in a new way through you. All right. So don't get frustrated. Don't throw it to the side. Don't throw it away in like many things that I have done because it just didn't look right to me, not realizing I had created a new thing, right? So can you perceive what He's doing? It will spring forth. So it just spring forth suddenly. I'll begin to just maneuver or do something, but still just be frustrated, not realizing, Myra, you just created a new thing. So I want to encourage you. Don't look at your neighbor. That's why it's so important. Don't look at your neighbor. It's okay to look at them for inspiration, or look at different pieces, different artwork, or listening to different ministers, but not to imitate them, or not to be exactly like them, or like the picture or the piece of art, or in the fashion that we're looking at, because we can do a new thing, because we're all made different. We're all uniquely made by God. So He's going to do something uniquely different within us and through us. So we miss it because it doesn't look like what we have already seen. Okay. Now, some things we don't need to reinvent the wheel with. We just need to just pick up, learn it, and run with it. But there's many things that God is trying to spring forth through us, and we are missing it because it doesn't look like the norm. We're missing it because it doesn't look like what somebody else is doing. And like, as for me, I was missing it because it didn't look exactly like the pattern, and didn't realize that a mistake, what looked like a mistake, can be a new thing when I'm sewing. So I'm looking at all the stuff that's coming out. It just look crazy. It's just like, what? And people is buying it, right? So no more will I just toss something to the side because it's not turning out how I expect it to be, I'm going to take it and take another look at it and say, okay, can this be a new thing? Lord, is this a new thing that you just done through me? Okay. So don't miss the new thing that God is trying to do in you and through you. Okay. Whether it be through ministry, the way sound right, or we're not piecing it together the way everybody else pieces it together, it's okay, because as in you and in Christ, God will perfect that thing in you and everything that's concerning you the way He wanted to be perfected in you. Okay, so don't be discouraged. Just get excited about it because He's trying to do a new thing through us and in us. I also want to encourage us. This is a new thing for me. There's many prayer lines out there, right? And He laid it on my heart, start a prayer line. I'm just like, okay, y'all, it's just like dropping. And I'm like, okay. So I just automatically just began to look for a conference call number. And I was like, okay. And it was like every Monday at 6. I'm like, okay. So I put it out there, you guys, every Monday at 6. MyraMeilleure Ministry will be having a prayer, just about 30 minutes. It's not the whole hour. If you want to get up, pray with us, and then go back to bed, you can do that. But every Monday morning at 6 a.m., this is the conference call number 605-313-5462. And the code to get in is 7677026. You guys, join us every Monday morning, and whatever God lays on your heart, I pray that you share it with us, because it is an open line at the end of the prayer. So we just give God the glory, honor, and praise about what He is doing in us and through us. It's a new thing for me, right? So what is God doing new in you? It's just springing forth, right? So let God spring forth these new things that He's trying to spring forth in us and through us, and just go forth with gladness. Okay. So it's a change and it takes some effort. Okay. So just get excited about the new thing. Get excited about the new thing, no matter what it looks like. Okay. Because He's doing it through you. And He has an expected end for you, right? Not thoughts of evil, but an expected end for you and for me. So I'm just excited about the new things that God is doing. But I want to encourage you, don't miss it this time. We don't want to miss the new thing. I literally started making another top, and I was like, this is not turning out right. And I tossed it to the side. But then I got to thinking, it just kept reminding me of when I tossed those pants to the side and I seen it later. When I tossed another thing to the side and I seen it later. We're not tossing these things to the side this time, okay? So listen, you guys, thank you for tuning in to MyraMeilleure Bits and Pieces. Don't miss the new thing. And tune in to MyraMeilleure's Ministry Prayer Line every Monday at 6 a.m.